Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Team Albus Daily. Joining me this week is WEC and ELMS racing driver Gianmaria Bruni. We caught up a little while back to chat about the starts of each season in Sebring and Castellet, his time racing for Minardi in Formula 1, winning at Imola in GP2, the worst thing he's ever cooked, and much more. So, without any further ado, let's just get straight into it, and I hope you enjoy our conversation. So, hi Gianmaria, thanks for being here today. First of all, how are you?
Just came back from a ELMS race that we raced 2 days ago at Borica.
Well, not too bad for a weekend.
Yeah, no, it was okay. It was close to the victory, but it was a good starting point for ELMS race.
Definitely. And just to take it back just a little bit, what first got you into motorsport?
It's a long time ago. So I started when I was 6 years old, and basically was a friend of mine that he came with this Polaroid picture at home, at school, and he showed me his go-kart. And when I came back home, I asked if it was something that I could drive with the engine sitting, but I knew because he just showed me the picture the day before. So then my grandfather went to see around where was the closest racetrack, and then from there we start. Yeah.
I say I never looked back.
No.
So you had quite a varied motorsport career, and you were in Formula 1 briefly back in 2004 when you were racing for Minardi. How challenging was that season for you?
I mean, obviously I was young, wild, fast, and for sure I was not accepting to become just before my teammate. I want always pretend more than me. In the junior category, I was always a guy that he was a front runner, always fighting for victory or winning the championship. My racing career with a single seater, so for sure it was not easy to step in Formula 1 and just be part of Formula 1, not be one of the guys that were winning races and championship. Sure, this was the hardest part for sure, 100%. But also I was lucky because also you have to think about only 20 people in the world they can achieve F1 driver. So this is for sure. I'm lucky.
So was there a particular moment in that season that you enjoyed the most, or was it just kind of head down and just focus on the racing?
Yeah, I mean, for sure the most nice was when they announced me. For sure, this was really good. This was around
it's definitely real then.
Yeah, December 2003. So for sure this was really also very hard when you go into the racetrack, that you know that if you're doing a very, very good job, the other drivers, they can still lap you 3 times or 2 times.
Yeah, it must be a bit of character building. Maybe that season's the nicest way to put it. I was going to say then as well, if I've done my research correctly, you went to GP2 after F1. What made you want to do it in that order, and how did it feel to win at Imola?
Yeah, I mean, at GP2, the first victory I did actually Imola was Barcelona. So Barcelona was the first victory in 2005. I will qualify second and I won the race. And then the week after was Monaco. I finished second also in Monaco after I was leading so much. Yeah, for sure, GP2, I didn't have a chance. I was going out from Formula 1. I could stay Formula 1, but I did not accept to stay with Minardi. So I didn't have other choice, they came Coloni and tried, and after they came to me and they said you can come and drive with us for free, and I said okay. I was at home, and I said okay, I come. I try to see what I can do, and it was a good season. I mean, we first season was really good. I mean, we were only a few points behind the leader until mid-season, but then there was a bit of money issue in the team. Have the right budget for the full season, because it was the first season in GP2, so the team really didn't know really the real price you need to run these cars. They underestimated this, so we had a quite few issue on the car because of the spare parts and all this stuff, and so at the end of the season was not super good, but until mid-season was good, with good results and good performance. And then the year after, Trident was making a new team, and I accept this deal to race for them as they were new, and the car was already out the year before, and the team was brand new. So I think for what we did for the first year, competing with a strong team out there, with all with the big support that the teams and the Trident, it was like brand new from everybody. It was really, I think, impressive. I mean, we did the 2 pole position in the race 1, 2 race victory, and the team did also another victory in the race 2 with my teammate. So 3 victory in one season, when it's the second season in a category where the team just stepped in with no experience. It was really good. I mean, I was really proud of all the victory I did, especially because, and second, because it was a new team, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I'm intrigued as well because, again, these days you don't normally see it in the reverse order that you did it necessarily. Was it easier for you to go from Formula One into GP2, and was that why it kind of went as well as it did? Because you kind of, F1 is like the next level up, or was it just completely challenging in a different way?
Yeah. I mean, if it was not easy, for sure, it was not easy at all, because you know, when you're young, especially me, I drove Formula One at 22, so you only think now it could be your chance if you're doing all the job right, and then for sure you will step up in a different team. But I didn't have any other options, I didn't have any options. End of the year, the option was to stay again with Minardi or to find something else. And so I accept this challenge of Coloni and tried it after. But it was okay.
Went pretty well.
Yeah, I don't regret, life could be worse, but for sure it's for sure I would say that F1 was not easy, or was not nice to me like it was with Alonso, with other Webber or other drivers that when they step in Formula One, they didn't have my CV. So, but this is part of motorsport. Sometimes you have to accept this and just move forward.
I was saying, after this, then you went into GT racing and won the championship in 2008. So clearly not all bad then, yes, from motorsport wise. Tell us about that entire experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was again without anything, and I was almost close to stop racing because I was really down after F1 GP2. I mean, I didn't want to do anything else. Also, GT for me at the time, I was 25. I was 24, 25. I was looking at GT like if it was only for old people. Then for coincidence, I met Amato Ferrari, the team owner of F Corse, and he invited me to watch one race of end of 2006 FIA GT. He said, "Yeah, come over, just have a look. Let's see what you think." and let me know what you think, and if you want to do a test. So I just drove to the place for watching the race, and on the way home, and I called my girlfriend, my wife at the moment, my wife, and I said, I challenging, a lot of fighting. The cars are nice. I don't know if I'm able to drive, but they looks nice. So then the second phone call was to AF Corse Amato, and I said, yeah, it would be interesting to do a test. Yeah, and he said, okay, next week come over in Adria. We do the test. Okay, perfect. So I show up there. The test was straight away. I was in the same pace of Gianni Melo, that he was the Ferrari works driver at the time, and he won the championship. And so and from there is the history. From there is the story
of for not potentially having anything on the racing calendar, thinking about stopping and then straight in again at the deep end.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I was going to say, then you've also got 3 Le Mans wins to your name, which isn't too bad either. Is there any one of them in particular that was the most satisfying for you, and if so, why?
For sure, the first one. The first one, it was my first Le Mans attending, and the first, it was amazing because it was the first victory of Ferrari after 60 years. So it was really something. Yeah, it was a right comeback. I was right there, and it was nice because in the night, one of my teammates, he was sick, so I have to do 2 times 3 hours, so 3 hours in a row, and then my teammate, and then I drove again 3 hours in the middle of the night when it started raining. So it was not easy.
I can see why it was perhaps more satisfying.
Yeah, and then for sure was really good. But also the 2014, I would say the second AF course win that we did was something good, because we were fighting all race long with the Aston Martin, and then at the end we won the race. It was really, really good.
I was going to say then, and again, it's Le Mans. There's something extra special about that maybe. It's just, it's again, you won championship in 2008 and you won some GP2 races, but Le Mans is kind of this whole other thing. So to get that not just once, but 3 times must be quite a special feeling.
Yeah, it was really special, really, really special. I mean, it was something really nice that it will stay always, it will stay always with me. And it's, Le Mans is always fantastic. It's been hard sometimes. The first 2 times that I did with Porsche, both because of safety car, we lost 1 lap on the safety car both years, and then to recover 1 lap, it's impossible, because every time you close the gap, we closed the gap until 1 minute from 4, and then another safety car put us back again another 4 minutes, because there you have a 3 safety car. Yeah. So if you take the wrong one, the race is over. So it was quite let's say intense to accept this, but it was also nice to be on the podium. Obviously, it was other races where in Le Mans you think you could win easily, and then like in 2015, 30 minutes to go, 40 minutes to go, the gearbox blew up from 45 seconds ahead of Corvette with less than 10 laps to go. Yeah, it was also very hard to accept that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, they call the glamour of racing, but it's not so much glamour.
So it's probably more hard. Bit difficult to see it in that moment, probably.
Yeah.
I say as well, then you're racing in WEC and ELMS this year, as we mentioned a bit earlier, and you finished 3rd at Sebring recently. What was the most challenging thing about that race for you, especially with how it ended?
Yeah, I mean, it was really good until the last 2 pit stops. That before the red flag came, we the rear left tires was stuck, and we lost a huge time in the pit, and we lost also P2. We were easy P2 because we were only 9 seconds behind our sister car, and then we lost almost a minute for that, and we came out of the pit P3, and then was a red flag for the thunderstorm and the lightning. So it was hard to accept this because it was easy 1-2 for Porsche, but then was over for this pit stop. And the last weekend in ELMS we were unlucky with the safety car because the guy wants first congratulations, because a win is always win, but they were second last, so with no chance, and they decided to pit 2 hours to go, 2 laps before what was the normal pit stop for them. But then the lap after, the safety car came, so they were they were with the pit stop already done, but they were behind all the others because the safety car was in. And when the safety car was out again, everybody, all of us, we have to pit, and they had 1 minute and 15 second advantage. And so
again, sometimes it's just
hard to
how it happens.
challenge back,
Yeah, and I mean,
I mean, especially in endurance racing with the different categories inside, it's it's hard. But I mean, I think at least we score a good points. Also for the team, we came second and third, so good points for the team. It's only the first race.
Yeah, I was going to say it's frustrating in some ways, but at least there's a lot of potential that's being shown in both Sebring and Le Castellet. So it's you're on the right track for the season then, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, we see now we have Spa in the WC in 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time. So we see what we can do there, for sure.
And so, what are your ambitions then for the season? Are you still very much aiming for that top spot and just need a bit of luck maybe to go your way?
Yeah, I mean, we have to try to find a way to try to let's speak performance and luck. Now we have a performance, but we don't have luck. So I hope they will make a meeting together, and then next races we go together, all together.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say, is there a racing story from any point in your career, a fun one that you could share?
That everybody asked me about it. My father to let me drive a go-kart and racing go-kart. He cheat my date of birth, for sure. This is something that everybody knows, that because at the time when I started go-kart in the 6th year, you couldn't drive at that year. You should wait 10 years old, but I couldn't wait. I was on the track almost every day, and so to let me drive when I was 7, 8, my father just did something on my, let's say, passport, and I was able to join the club of racing. And so I joined the other kids. They were always 2 years or 3 years, at least 3 years older than me, or sometimes 5. And I was 8 when I started racing. And so it was challenging, for sure. It was also some high and low there, because when you are 8 and you competing against kids of 12, 13, it's different. But it was nice. I mean, at the end, it works. So it worked out and it was good. So if I think about 5 years of racing, it's quite long.
So does it feel like that some days, or does it feel like it's just 5 minutes ago that you were karting?
Not really. I mean, it was for sure. It's not like easy. It's been quite a while that I'm on the way, but I still like it. I still enjoy a lot when I'm driving the car, and still enjoy making. Yeah, I'm still enjoy when you're doing the battling wheel to wheel. So at the moment, I'm still on it. So let's see, to take this momentum, carrying this momentum to go forward.
I was going to say a couple of non-racing questions to finish off then. Do you have any hidden talents?
So outside of racing, yeah.
Yeah. That's too obvious.
Yeah. So I'm not for sure. I'm not super good doing things at home. When you have to repair something or doing something, I'm really bad. I'm always on the way. Actually, in this side, my wife, she's very good. But in the same time, I'm good if I need to do something that, especially that I like it. I can do very well, and I can do nice and making a good job. Outside of racing, for sure, I like cycling a lot since 25 years. So yeah.
I was going to say that maybe this falls into the same kind of category, but what's the worst thing that you've ever cooked?
The worst things that I ever cooked. This is yeah. I mean, when I was living in England, I moved to England when I was 18. When I was doing British Formula 3, and I stayed there for 2 years. For sure, there, living alone, 18, not able to cook very well. Sometimes I was not recognized me anymore as Italian. I was eating everything I could without a question or without let's see how it tastes. So sometimes I was my behavior was not anymore Italian. Yeah, let's say like this.
Better you do it in England than in Italy. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. I want to wish you best of luck for both the WEC and ELMS season for the rest of the year. And yeah, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again to Gianmaria for coming onto the Kerbs with me, and I wish him the best of luck for the rest of the 2022 season. Join me again soon when I'll be chatting to another famous face from the world of motorsport. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out other videos on the On the Kerbs YouTube channel. And listen to me talk about Formula 1, amongst other things, over on the Undercut podcast. Away from YouTube, you can follow me over on Instagram at t.alberts.daily.onthekerbs and read my various motorsport articles over on Is It Fast, Paddock Sorority and Supercar Blondie. Thank you for listening.